were really similar to each juror. I watched 18 jurors get questions, and 2 questions kept being repeated again and again, not by the prosecution, though. And there are variations of these 2 questions. Do you think after listening to all the evidence and seeing all the testimony, you'll be able to determine whether Umar actually possessed a bomb or an explosive device? That was one of the questions that was repeated over and over. And the second one was, do you realize that sometimes the media doesn't always tell the truth? And of course, with what I've been saying, it's been going on in this case all along. Again, that was just more confirmation to me, as if I need any more. I don't think I really do, but that, what I've been saying all along has been true. Now,
well, some folks aren't a lawyer, though, so explain why a trained legal mind would see those questions as so damning.
Well, with the first question about the bomb, you can see not only Anthony Chambers, but also Judge Edmonds questioning whether the jurors can tell if the bomb was really a bomb or was a fake bomb, is what they're getting at. Whether it was concocted to not explode and blow up a plane, but just merely to have some sort of minor incident. So you can see that's what the questioning was. Will you be able to tell if he really had a bomb, or did he really have an explosive device? And of course, anyone, just tuning into this, my theory on the case is that the U.S. government, via undercover intelligence officers, provided Umar with a fake bomb and put him on the plane intentionally to stage a fake terrorist attack. So that directly ties into what I've been saying on the case. And then number 2, you realize sometimes the media doesn't always tell the truth. So, it was really hard to find jurors that hadn't heard something about this case. Almost everybody, especially here in Michigan, knows something about it. So, again, directly pointing to the media not telling the truth in this case, and obviously the media's opinion on this case is that Umar is some lunatic Al-Qaeda nut with a bomb that tried to take our plane down, and that, the U.S. government was not involved in it at all. So you can see the questions there for the jury on that question, and trying to see if the jury is biased into just that they've already made up their opinion that the media story is the true story, which obviously Judge Edmonds and Anthony Chambers both know is not the true story. Now, also at the hearing, it was somewhat interesting to me that Umar made some outbursts in court. He acted a little strange, which I hadn't seen before. I'd been to, 4 or 5 other hearings before this, and he made some statements like the U.S. is a cancer, we need to wipe out the U.S. or something like that, and statements about Anwar al-Awlaki still being alive. Now, after the hearing, I talked to an AP reporter. His name is Ed White, and this is what I said to Ed. I said, I saw Umar before he boarded the plane. I saw him on the plane when he lit his fake bomb, and I've seen him in several hearings now. He's always very quiet, hardly ever says anything, and this is really out of character for him. And what Ed White reported in his article, which is in print all over the place from the AP, Associated Press, AP, he left out 2 details. He left out that I said it was a fake bomb, and he left out that I said that I saw Umar before he boarded. So I was kind of irritated with Ed White over that because, again, we see the mainstream media covering up for the government here, and not again.
Oh, I'm sure the AP reporter dispatched by the Associated Press to cover this is very non-biased. Kurt, I mean, come on. They're gonna make sure the truth comes out. It's admitted the government helped get him on the plane. Why would the AP want to question the government about that? That's not an interesting point. Let's move on here, Kurt.
Yeah, exactly. I was pretty irritated once again, if the media even talks to me at all. And most of the time, they don't even talk to me, or they talk to me and they don't print anything about it. But now they're talking to me and twisting my words around. So to me, that's even worse than ignoring me, trying to recharacterize what I'm saying here. So it's pretty irritated about that. But the hearing ended with Judge Edmonds saying, well, we're going to finish this up Thursday at 1:30.
Kurt, I tell you, stay there and do one more segment, and I promise, folks, I'm going to get to all the news I haven't covered, and then your phone calls, those that are holding. And we probably end up having to get Kurt back on the nightly news tonight because this is so important, and we're running out of time here today, and I've got to get to this other news. But, Kurt, stay there. I want to come back and also give your website out for people. Our websites are prisonplanet.tv and infowars.com. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
What's been the problem with phone companies? High prices and contracts that lock you in for 2 years minimum. Not freedomtelephones.com. Freedom Telephones are designed around the concept and reality of patriotism, loyalty, and privacy. With freedomtelephones.com, there are no contracts, no credit checks, and no social security numbers required. That's why our name is freedomtelephones.com. Finally, residential, mobile, and business telephones and plans that are private and never lock you into a long-term contract. Want a low price? Residential and business plans start at only $14.99, and mobile plans start at just $39.99. Plus, every month you pay your bill, freedomtelephones.com contributes to your favorite GCN programs. Don't wait. Support the cause and get the highest quality and the lowest prices by calling 1-800-600-5553. That's 800-600-5553. freedomtelephones.com. Portable, private, perfect.
There are limitless ways to go into business for yourself, but most involve substantial capital and risk. Our InfoWarsTeam.com operation is different. We promote premium quality health, energy, and skincare products using dynamic, caring personalities and state-of-the-art media technology to spread a powerful message of health, wealth, longevity, and freedom. This low-cost business opportunity is designed for full-time or part-time, so you can work as little or as much as you'd like. It is you that defines the reward level. Whether you are seeking a few $100 extra per month or a 6 or even 7-figure annual income, it's up to you. Want to find out more? Shoot an email with InfoWars Team in the subject line to InfoWars Team Coordinator MZ and tell him a little bit about yourself. That's the initials MZ at InfoWarsTeam.com. That's MZ at InfoWarsTeam.com. I only promote products that I truly believe in, and these are phenomenal. Whatever you do, visit InfoWarsTeam.com.
With economic news getting worse each day, are you ready for the hard times ahead? This is Bill Hyde with a special self-reliance report. Studies show that in a true crisis, 8 out of 10 people will remain sheep-like and passive, frozen like deer in the headlights of an oncoming car, waiting for others to help. 1 out of 10 will actually panic and endanger family and friends as they melt down under pressure. And only 1 out of 10 will take swift and decisive action when the going gets tough, dramatically increasing their chances of survival. That's why I'm excited to announce we've published a new book called Ready for Anything. It's a must-read for anyone who wants to increase their chances of survival in the coming hard times ahead. To read more about this important new book, go to readyforanything.com. That's readyforanything.com. Take swift and decisive action by getting your copy today at readyforanything.com. That's readyforanything.com.
What you're about to hear is the real experience of women over 40 who finally lost weight, even around the stubborn belly area. How? By becoming hormonally balanced again. Their secret is the Amberin Slim After 40 program. Amberin is the revolutionary formula for women over 40 that balances hormones naturally. You see, the leading cause of weight gain over 40 is hormonal imbalance. Unless you balance your hormones, losing weight may be impossible. But the Amberin Slim After 40 program changes all of that. Amberin restores hormonal balance naturally. Plus, it dramatically boosts your cell metabolism, so the weight can just fall right off, even that stubborn belly fat. Plus, Amberin eliminates other symptoms of hormonal aging, like hot flashes, night sweats, low libido, difficulty concentrating, and more. Be one of the first 50 callers right now, and they'll send you a complimentary risk-free trial with a 30-day supply. Free. Call 1-800-894-8776. That's 1-800-894-8776. 1-800-894-8776.
tonight. Kurt Haskell's our guest. We're getting up to the last day of when they had some court hearings. You know, when you watch mainstream TV, none of this ever comes up. That, hey, it's admitted the U.S. government got him on the plane, and then the guy that witnessed all this and told the world before the Undersecretary of State had to admit it, you go tell the AP this again. It has come out in the Detroit Free Press and a few other papers. And you'd think that real media would want to know about that. You know, and then the big mystery of why doesn't Mutallab want this brought up? Why does he want to say that, you know, he's been set up or that he's working with the U.S. government, the criminals that run it? And I want to ask you that question. I mean, I know you've talked to a standby lawyer and others. Is he completely crazy? Does he think he's a secret agent? We know they've done that before. Are they threatening his family? Is it like McVeigh? I mean, who knows? But getting back to the last point you were going to make about that the trial.
Yeah, so the hearing finished with Judge Edmonds saying we'll pick our final jury Thursday at 1:30, Thursday, of last week. And we took a break, and I had to go back to my office. And I asked Anthony Chambers' assistant attorney, I said, look, I haven't heard from your office in quite a while. Do you expect that I'll be called as a witness in this case? And he said, as of now, that has not been determined. And I said, okay. And then I said, well, I'll see you on Thursday. And I plan to come back Thursday to watch the final jury getting picked. Now, on Thursday, I had a trial in one of my own cases here at the firm that lasted till 1 o'clock, and then I was going to go over and watch the final jury get picked. As I was leaving my trial, I got a text from my brother saying, I hear you're going to be testifying in the underwear bomber case. And I had no idea where that was coming from because I hadn't even heard that myself. So I called him, and what he said was, I just heard here on the radio in Florida that you're going to be testifying in the underwear bomber case. He said, Anthony Chambers said in court this morning that you'll be testifying. I said, really? Well, I'm going to try and find that out. I'm heading over there right now to watch final jury selection. So I started walking over to there. It was about 4 blocks away from the courthouse that I was at. And I ran into one of his office workers on the sidewalk. And I said, so what's this about me testifying? Something happened in court today. And he said, yeah. Umar said you were going to testify for him. And I was kind of shocked because my brother said it was Chambers. Remember, Umar is representing himself, so he has final say. So apparently, what he said was you need to talk to Anthony Chambers about it for more detail. He's right there across the street. So I walked over to talk to him, and Anthony Chambers said, Judge Edmonds this morning asked Umar to provide a witness list, and Umar said, well, I don't have one ready. And then Judge Edmonds asked him, who do you intend to call? And he said, well, my only witness is going to be Attorney Haskell. So...
All right, let me just stop you right here, because I'm going to be honest. Saturday in Houston, listeners came over who were at the Fed and said, you better get Haskell on. He's got some powerful info. And I said, and the guy mentioned your blog and things. And then I just searched your name when I got home last night and saw the stuff about the questioning of the jurors. I thought that was the news. Because I'm busy like you are. I didn't know this. I've got to beg you back on the nightly news tonight. I wasn't even sure we needed you for both. Because now we're out of time, and we've got to break this here. I mean, this is big news. I had no idea. The underwear bomber, who, obviously he knows it's come out that you really witnessed what happened. I mean, whoa, this is in a Twilight Zone. We've got to come back if you got the time. This has reached Twilight Zone level, Kurt. What is going on here? I didn't know this is my point.
I don't really know a whole lot yet. Like I said, I only talked to Anthony Chambers for a couple of minutes on the sidewalk, and we agreed that I would meet with him in his office soon. Now, remember, the prosecution gets to put on their case first, and they indicated they're going to take about a month. So I probably won't be on the stand for till early November. So, there's still going to be some time yet. But honestly, I'm absolutely